What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. We touched on it a little bit last night, as in the words of Coach Prime, good old-fashioned butt whooping, and that's what Colorado got. But it's kind of rubbing me the wrong way because there's a certain particular group of people that are a little too ecstatic to see Deion fail, for one, and are being very critical of this Colorado team, the program, the kids, the coaches, and everything in between. And it's turned into something big on Twitter where it's causing some division. It's revealing some people's true feelings, and it's not looking pretty. And one particular tweet got my attention from a food reporter, where actually, before we even get into all that, make sure to hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest, and join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now back to business. Let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
First off, if you watch football, I said this already, I'm not going to say this was expected, not that score. I wasn't expecting, almost a 40-point game. But Oregon is an established program. They are an established brand. Colorado is still building. There are levels to this. There's still a few pieces away. But Coach Prime made no excuses in the post-game press conference. And it bugged me because the media in there kept referring to and reverting back to, and he answered this like 4 or 5 different ways, talking about how the loss needed to happen and his team needed to be humble. But we've seen this in the past with Coach Prime and other black men who are confident and courageous and proud and loud, and just certain people in this country do not appreciate that. They don't want to see Coach Prime winning. They don't want to see him changing the landscape of college football. They don't want to see a confident black man on top. I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers, singling anybody out, but I'm just saying this. It's been going on for a long time, and we've seen it over and over and over again. And it's a lot of people's feathers ruffled by seeing Coach Prime, a black man, a proud black man, be so confident in his abilities to coach and his team's abilities. And it's rubbing some people the wrong way, on Twitter especially. And one tweet that stood out to me was this one right here. And this is from Carrie Steele, who's a reporter, journalist, whatever. Oregon is taking a stand for all of us. Who's all of us? They ain't taking a stand for me. Who's all of us, Carrie? I can't hear you. Who's all of us? Because we were all wanting to know who all of us was. Who are all of us? Who's all of us, Carrie? Please share with the class. Who's all of us? Because we're all wondering. And this tweet is picking up a lot of traction. A lot of big figures in sports and just people in general are commenting on this thing because we're all wondering, especially black folks. We wondering, who's us? Who did Oregon take a stand for? Who's us? That's what I'm wondering. And the tweet's been up for over 12 hours. People are calling for it to be deleted. It's really weird because it's like she really covers food, like stadium food. So it was just a really weird tweet, and just the tone of it, it's a bit disturbing. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's giving a little racist undertones, man. We just gotta come out and say it. Like the way I interpreted it, that's how it felt to me. I mean, it was weird. It was a weird tweet. and it's getting a lot of backlash, and people are sharing the same sentiment, like who's us, and it's causing a big divide right now. But it's obvious what's going on, and people don't want to come out and just say it. And I get that Coach Prime is getting a whole lot of coverage. Every pregame speech, everything they're doing is just primetime TV, baby. Everybody's locked in, right? But you can't blame a program for that. Like, the networks are responsible for that. And ESPN was quick to turn on them. I'm just saying, but the networks are responsible for that. You can't get mad at a team for getting coverage. I mean, that's what the people want to see. And we can't overshadow the fact that, yeah, they got killed. They got dragged. Oregon played a great game, and shout out to their players. Shout out to Coach Lanning firing up his squad. He did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong. They should be out there trying to compete to their highest ability. They should be able to talk trash whenever they do perform like that. This was a big game. They knew what the implications were. And they performed accordingly, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we see coaches like, meanwhile in Ohio State, Ryan Day. Like, if Prime was to do this, he gets called arrogant. Meanwhile, Mac Brown is literally hitting that hoe. And I love Mac Brown. I love this. Like, let's keep going. Let's get more of it. I'm not throwing shade at any of these coaches. I love Mac Brown. Ryan Day's a good coach, man. Like, they deserve to celebrate after you win a big game. But let's keep the same standard. Let's not call Prime arrogant and bodacious and showboating and all this other stuff because you don't want to see a black man with that type of confidence. It's sad to see, man, that we're still having the same issues, same problems, same discussions all this time over. And I'm not saying Coach Prime needs any of us to fight his battles, but this is battles that we're all fighting in our everyday lives. It's just disappointing. It's disappointing, and there'll probably be some whack apology and some lackluster, not heartfelt apology, some tears shed, some woe, it's me. But we saw the press conference, man, and Coach Prime didn't make any excuses, took full responsibility. You know what I'm saying? They got outplayed. But for them to say, oh, you need a humbling, oh, y'all are too cocky, oh, this and that and that and this, it's annoying. And I wish we would cut it out. You learn from losing, yes, but you also learn from winning. And we're talking about a team that was a 21-point underdog in their season opener, beat national runner-up number 17 TCU. They go and win a rivalry game at Nebraska. They win a rivalry game against Colorado State, a big game at that, OT, big emotional win. They're 3-0. They're already surpassed the amount of wins that they had last season. Ticket sales are up. Over 47,000 people at the spring game. The home games are all sold out. Merch is 892% up, boosted on the online store. Like, you can't even get Colorado gear like that. Like, all the celebrities are coming out to support Coach Prime. Former players, older players. You know what I'm saying? Retired players, whatever. We're seeing something different here. And it is ruffling. But if y'all think this is just the beginning, one, Coach Prime said, get them now, because that's the worst they going to be. That's one. But two, he is opening the door for more coaches to come in with this same strategy and this same attitude, man. Like, the landscape is changing, and you either need to get with it or you're going to get rolled over. And that's just what the situation is. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. Holler at your boy and let me know how y'all feeling about this situation, man. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. I am Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, man, we out.